Alright, you all read the title. I don't think I need to explain. The Streamer Awards was a pretty big disaster in terms of drama. Now, I'm not one that usually talks about drama. In fact, I'm not actually one that talks about drama ever. I've never made a video about drama before, but I don't know. This situation just kind of interested me, and so I wanted to get up my thoughts on this. So, the actual event itself was fine, you know, and the winners and whatever. I don't really watch streams, so like I wasn't really mad at any particular person winning or not winning. However, when it came to some of the stuff that happened during the event in terms of the people there, that's when it got pretty disastrous. So let's talk about the main thing. I think the thing that everyone knows is the point where Fan, who's a streamer. I don't really know much about her. I've seen some clips of her in the past, but I don't really know what kind of content she does. But she was making jokes, if you can even call it that. And she made this one joke. I'll show you the clip.
This year, as everyone knows, you broke the record for the most expensive haircut and the least educational university. So congratulations to you. Oh, and also, congrats on your new documentary with 50 Cent. That was you, right?
And people got very outraged about this joke. In fact, even one of the people there, Tylil, who is a friend of Kai Cenat, I think he also streams himself. I'm not too familiar with Kai's group. Again, I don't really watch streamers, like, at all, so I'm not too familiar with it. Basically, he came to Kai's defense during this clip, so I'll play that as well.
If you all gonna be on the mic, now turn this mic, now turn it on. If you all gonna be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny. If you all gonna be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny.
I thought it was...
Have a good night.
I only said that because he got his haircut.
And so I've seen that a lot of people are mad at her for this. And the problem with it is kind of that it's not really jokes, you know? Like what there's no real punchline or anything. I've seen people that defends her and compares her to someone like Ricky Gervais. And let's get this straight. Ricky Gervais is, in my opinion, the best comedian of all time. I think he is the funniest comedian out there, but she is not Ricky Gervais, alright? He actually has a delivery. He often sets up a joke and then a punchline. She just kind of said things to say things.
Or making it awkward by saying that there's tension between Sakura and Jason.
It's not even jokes at this point. Like, there's no punchline there. Also, the Carsonet joke about first streamer university, which she says it was like the least intelligent university or something like that. I don't think she meant it like that, but it kind of comes across as like, oh, it's a university mainly filled with black people, and you're calling it dumb, and that people there are dumb, which kind of comes across a certain way, you know what I mean? And I know she probably didn't mean it like that, but you gotta understand, there's a group of people who don't even know her and have never seen anything of her before, and then she makes jokes like that.
And honestly, I do not like the whole thing with streamer university and whatever. I think it could have been great making a joke about it. I just think with that delivery that she had, where she seems so unconfident and whatever, it just makes it weird and not funny. And it makes
people feel a certain way, which is why Kai obviously made that face when she made that joke. And then she continued by saying that Kai is Diddy or whatever, or looks like Diddy. I know some people don't understand why people are mad at this joke, and I understood it, but not to the full extent at first until I saw Andante talk about this, who, although I don't watch streamers, I do watch some of the streamers' content that they put up on YouTube, and one of those examples are Dante. And so basically he was saying that you don't know the experiences a person has had with such things in the past, you know, with those little micro racist comments, that, you know, those undertones. And he bring up some examples of it happening to him in the past. And let me tell you something, as a person who is white. I know, shocker. You know, it's kind of hard to understand that if you haven't experienced it yourself. And, you know, again, as someone that is white, it was not something I was thinking about ever before some of my friends who aren't white talked about their experiences with it in the past, and then I kind of got a picture like, holy shit. To some people it happens often, to a point where it really doesn't get funny. And not to say that, like, you know, I'll joke around racist jokes with those friends, but those are friends, right? They are fine with it.
What I'm about to say is not something that I have ever said before publicly on this channel in a video, but I identify as bisexual, and those friends make homophobic jokes to me.
They make jokes at my expense, I make jokes at their expense. We are like, it's a mutual thing. But keep in mind, Kaizenat does not know her, you know, he has no connection to her. This is the first time he's interacting with her in his life. Like, she's not a friend of Kaizenat, and I understand that it doesn't help his case that he made those jokes himself on Mafiathon, or that his own mother made those jokes. But you gotta understand that is him making those jokes, and his mother, plus Mafiathon 3 was a long time ago. That is completely different than a random stranger going up to you and saying those things. It might not be funny to you when someone you don't know are making those kinds of comments, because you don't know what that person is like, or what kind of, you know, you don't know anything about that person. It might not be the exact same thing. So it's not just that the delivery was bad, but I also understand why that joke just in general did not hit. And it might have hit had it not been for the fact that all of this stuff with Diddy has been happening right now. It's kind of awkward timing as well. Now, let's talk about the whole Tylil thing. So, honestly, I do like that Tylil, you know, was man and stood up for his, you know, for his boy. But at the same time, I kind of feel like he should have kept quiet. Because, you know, if it really was something to say, Kai could have said it himself, is kind of how I feel. And it just kind of ruins the vibes a little bit. I feel like because, you know, no one was laughing when she made the joke. So I kind of feel like the silence was an answer in and of itself, is what I'm trying to say, thank God. So I feel like it was just kind of, I don't know, it just felt like he didn't need to grab the mic and do all that. It kind of just made it a bigger deal than it had to be in that moment. I mean, obviously it was going to become a big deal afterwards anyways, but, you know, in that moment didn't have to make, you know, it could have waited till afterwards. Either way, I still respect him for speaking up and defending his friend. Now, this was not the only controversy, believe it or not. And one of them actually came from the host of the Streamer Awards herself, Cutie Cinderella, when she made a joke about Rakai stealing shit. If you don't know, Rakai stole a bouquet of flowers and gave it to some woman. Like, he literally grabbed it from the store's shelves, gave it to a woman, said that he got it for her, and then she walked out with the flowers and he never paid for them. Like, he actually just stole flowers. Yeah, it was for someone else, but I don't think that girl would have taken the flowers gladly if she knew that he didn't pay for them. And so he was banned from Twitch for that for a brief period of time. And he, after the Streamer Awards, he went on stream and crashed out about it. And honestly, I'm gonna sound like maybe a bit of a boomer now, but I genuinely don't understand how Rakai even became famous in the first place. He is actually insufferable. Like, Rakai is just an annoying fucking kid who doesn't understand how to behave respectfully towards others. Like, I get it, he's just a dumb kid at the end of the day. But also it gets to a point, right? He's been a dumb kid for the entirety of his career, which has been for years now, and he hasn't really improved at all. I don't understand the appeal with him. He is just kind of an asshole. Him stealing isn't even the first, like, shitty stream thing he's done. He's one of the many idiotic fucking streamers who stream themselves driving a car, looks at chat, and then almost fucking crashes the vehicle, which, by the way, is not just dangerous for them, but also other people on the road, because they're not paying attention, and it could end up in an accident that might not even hurt the streamer, but actually someone else entirely. So I'm not for that at all, and I don't think that he learns from his mistakes at all, even though he gets banned, and I do not understand why he even has a platform in the first place. And him getting mad at that joke is kind of like, at that point, it hadn't even gone on for the whole night, you know. That was, like, I think one of the first jokes that she made, right? So at that point, it wasn't like the room felt there was a hostility towards the WL community like they kind of felt towards the part where Fan made all those jokes about FaZe Clan and Kaizenat and whatever.
And the production showed the wrong guy instead of showing Black Boy Max.
Instead, it was just like a one-off joke. And yeah, the joke wasn't really funny, but it could have been. Like, it was a good thing to make fun of, to be fair. And it clearly wasn't racist. And he just fucking crashes out because his ego got hurt when someone made a joke about a bad thing that he did, and he can't take that. And now he's talking on stream like he was actually about to do something, like I was about to tell that bitch blah 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 blah. Like, no, the fuck you weren't. The second a mic came in your face, all you could say was I stream. You are a fucking dumbass and you wouldn't have done shit. You're just a dumb, obnoxious kid. You're not tough. I think Rakai's crash out was just stupid as fuck. And I don't know, it tells a lot about him as a person, I guess. And yeah, the whole time he just kind of sounded really misogynistic. But at least his ban got extended to January 1st. Twitch was like, nah, you gotta take the whole rest of the year to think about what you've done. So at least that's good. And also his mom cussed him out and grounded him, which is great work by his mother, because that guy really deserves it. Then there was the whole thing with Adapt winning Breakout Streamer of the Year. Now again, I don't watch a lot of streams, but if there is one person who I watched a little bit of their stream, it is actually Adapt. I genuinely like him. He seems like a very good and nice guy. He's really funny, and I don't know, I really fuck with his content. I've seen a lot of him mostly on YouTube, but I've also tuned into a stream or two. I think he's very deserving of that. You know, he's been around for a long time, since the OG phase. You know, he's worked hard for this shit. Like he said himself in his speech, you know, he used to have a career that was kind of taken away from him when FaZe ultimately went to shit, and then FaZe became something better, and Adapt got the chance to get his career back and finally, you know, rework himself. And he even freed himself of his vape addiction and everything. I think he is incredibly deserving of the award. But some people didn't think to see that, because another streamer who I don't know anything about, called India Love, went up on stage and thought she could do like a fucking Kanye West.
Real quick, y'all. I know Breakout Streamer of the Year went to Adapt, and congratulations, and we respect you for what you did. But Rakai should have won Breakout Streamer of the Year and DDG. I don't care what y'all say. Shout out Rakai, shout out. Boom, 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 boom.
Luckily, as you saw, she was booed off stage. There was also another girl that was like, who the fuck is Adapt? I don't remember that girl's name, but yeah, she said that afterwards.
Listen, you gotta understand one thing. The Streamer Awards, at least supposedly, is supposed to be 100% voted to by fans. So clearly, Adapt is more popular than these streamers, because his fans clearly voted for him, and probably other people's fans as well, since, you know, you can't win solely based on your own fans. And just because you're not in their content circles doesn't mean that they don't have a very significant influence on streaming in general, and might be a very big and popular streamer just because you don't personally watch their streams. Like India Love is, I mean, she's there, so I would have to assume that she's a pretty big streamer. I haven't seen shit from her in the past. I think I've heard her name before during the no, not Hustlers University, that's Henry Tate, Streaming University. I think I heard her name there in like a clip, but I don't know who the fuck she is, but you know, I have to assume that she's a pretty big streamer, and if she had won something, I wouldn't be mad, because it's like, okay, people like her, can't argue with that, you know what I mean? So I don't know, you're not Kanye West, bitch. You can't just go up on stage and do that. Like, it doesn't work. And thankfully she got a lot of backlash for it, and also the other chick who I don't remember the name of, who went out and said, who the fuck is Adapt? She also got a lot of shit for doing it. Their egos may have been hurt, but they got a reality check when Adapt's many fans, who actually do exist, even though they don't believe they do, went out and kind of was like, what the fuck are you doing? And other fans, people who just generally like Adapt, or might not even like Adapt, but who just think it's a shitty thing to do. So yeah, she came out and apologized. That's good. At least
I also saw that Adapt
made like a quick video on it when he talked about what she did, and like, I deserve this award and whatever. And yeah, he definitely did. He did deserve the award, so good on him. I don't even know why those two people are coming at him. I didn't see them nominated for anything, so I don't know why you're coming at him. I mean, Is it maybe a bit of jealousy there, or I don't know? I just gotta ask. Also, another controversy, also from I don't know the exact streamers. I just saw that Cinna talked about it. Cinna won an award, also very deserved. I've seen a lot of her clips as well, a lot of her on YouTube. I think she's really funny, honestly, and she makes great content. So I felt she was very deserving of winning an award. But apparently, some people who had said, "Oh, it's great what you do," and blah blah blah, went behind her back later and was like, "Oh, it's can't believe that she won," and sent their fans after her and shit. And that's just what the fuck. That is such degenerate behavior. This is why also another reason why I don't watch streamers. I actually think the streamer community is rotten to the core, and I don't mean like the fans, even though yeah, they're probably a bit stupid too. I just mean in general, like the people hosting the streams are fucking assholes. So many of them are assholes. Like, it's actually crazy. I'm guessing it's the same thing for YouTube, to be fair. Or at least there's more pedophiles on YouTube, so that's one thing. But still, I mean, some of these people seem so fucking fake. And speaking of Kaiser, he feels pretty fucking fake too. But, you know, I don't know the guy personally, so who knows. I just feel like he's at least definitely a bit of a sellout, but then most big streamers are, so can't really blame him specifically for that. I feel like there's a lot more streamers who do the exact same thing, who needs to be called out, like, I don't know, XQC, and not as much speed, but yeah, a bit of speed too. Which, speaking of, winning Streamer of the Year for Speed is great. I mean, the amount of things that he's done. Maybe, I think most of the world tour stuff he did last year, if I'm correct. And he mainly did America this year, but still, he's done so much for, like, bringing different people and cultures together. And I think that's something really beautiful, very deserving of that award. Maya also very deserving of the award. I don't think anyone was mad at Maya winning. I would hope no one was mad at Maya winning, because what she's doing is great as well. Also, another streamer who I've actually tuned into the streams just because I genuinely think she's doing something great with the Alveus Sanctuary. So yeah. Of course, the Streamer Awards also had its fair share of cringe moments, which I can't even be bothered to share with you. It's always like that. Some streamers are a bit cringy. It is what it is. It's not really something I take a huge issue with. That's just kind of, I feel like all award show are kind of cringy. So that's just something that you have to expect with it. Honestly, most of these dramas are just like, I think it's mostly just egos getting hurt, except for the Kaizenat one, where Phantom was definitely in the wrong, although she might not have understood why it was wrong. It was definitely not Kai's or anyone else's fault there. It was 100% her who was fucked up. But I also don't think that people should be sending this much hate towards her, because honestly, I don't think she understood exactly what she was doing.
And I just don't think it's that deep to begin with.
But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to like quickly rant about it. But yeah, I don't usually talk about drama. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.